Ancient people knew how to find the center of the earth. Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to Weekly Tins. In today's video we're going to talk about ancient people knew how to find the center of the earth. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our video. Eratosthenius of Cyrene was a Greek polymath, a mathematician, geographer, poet, astronomer, and music theorist. He was a man of learning, becoming the chief librarian at the Library of Alexandria. His work is comparable to what is known now as the study of geography, and he introduced some of the terminology still used today. He is best known for being the first person known to calculate the circumference of the Earth, which he did by using the extensive survey results he could access in the roll at the library. His calculation was remarkably accurate. He was also the first to calculate Earth's axial tilt, which also proved to have remarkable accuracy. He created the first global projection of the world, incorporating parallels and meridians based on the available geographic knowledge of his era. Eratosthenes was the founder of scientific technology. He endeavored to revise of dates of the main events of the semi-mythological Trojan War, dating to the sack of Troy in 1183 BC. And number 3, he introduced sieve of Eratosthenes and an efficient method of identifying prime numbers. He was a figure of influence on many fields. According to an entry 6 of the Suda, 10th century encyclopedia, his critics scorned him, calling him Beta, the second letter of the Greek alphabet, because he always came in second to all of his endeavors. Nonetheless, his devotees nicknamed him the Pentathlon after the Olympics, who were well-rounded competitors. He had proven himself to be knowledgeable in every area of learning. Eratosthenes yearned to understand the complexities of the world. Life. The son of Algolus, Eratosthenes was born in 276 BC in Cyrene, now part of modern-day Libya. Cyrene has been founded by Greeks centuries earlier and became the capital of Pentapolis, a country of 5 cities: Cyrene, Arizino, Berenice, Ptolemais, and Apollonia. Alexander the Great conquered Cyrene in 332 BC, and following his death in 323 BC, its rule was given to one of his generals, Ptolemy Isouer, the founder of Ptolemaic Kingdom. Under Ptolemaic rule, the economy prospered, based largely on the export of horses and Syphilium, a plant used to rich seasoning and medicine. Cyrene became a place of cultivation where knowledge blossomed. Like any young Greek at the time, Eratosthenes would have studied the local gymnasium, where he would have learned physical skills and social discourse, as well as reading, writing, arithmetic, poetry, and music. Eratosthenes teaching in Alexander by Bernard Strozzi 1635. He went to Athens to further his studies. There he was taught Stoicism by the founder Zeno of Citium and philosophical lectures of living a virtuous life. He then studied under the Aristotle of Chios, who led a more cynical school of philosophy. He also studied under the head of the Platonic Academy, who was the Arcelius of Pitane. His interest in Plato led him to write his very first work as a scholarly level, Platonicos, inquiring into the mathematical foundation of Plato's philosophies. Eratosthenes was a man of many perspectives and invested the art of poetry under the Callimachus. He wrote poems, one of Hexameter's called Hermes, illustrating the god's life history, and another in Elegias's called Erogone, describing the suicide of Athenian maiden Erogone, daughter of Icarius. He wrote chronographies, a text of scientifically depicted dates of importance, beginning with the Trojan War. This work was highly esteemed for its accuracy. George Silinicus was later able to preserve the chronographies, a list of 38 kings of the Egyptian Thebes. Eratosthenes also wrote Olympic victors, a chronology of the winners of the Olympic Games. It is not known when he wrote his works, but they highlighted his abilities. These work and his great poetic abilities led to the pharaoh Ptolemy III Euergetes to seek to place him as a librarian of the Library of Alexandria in the year of 245 BC. Eratosthenes, then 30 years old, accepted Ptolemy's invitation and traveled to Alexandria, where he lived for the rest of his life. Within about 5 years, he became chief librarian, a position that poet Apollonius Rhodius had previously held. As head of the library, Eratosthenes tutored the children of Ptolemy, including Ptolemy IV Philopator, who became the 4th Ptolemaic pharaoh. He expanded the library's holdings. In Alexandria, all books had to be surrendered for duplication. It was said that they were copied so accurately that it was impossible to tell if the library had returned the original or the copy. He sought to maintain the reputation of the Library of Alexandria against competition from the Library of Pergamum. Eratosthenes created a whole section devoted to the examination of Homer and acquired original works of great tragic dramas of Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides. Eratosthenes made several important contributions to mathematics and science, and was a friend of Archimedes. Around 255 BC, he invented the armillary spear, and one of the circular motions in the celestial bodies. Cleomedes credited him with having calculated the Earth's circumference around 240 BC with a high precision. Eratosthenes believed that both good and bad in every nation, and criticized Aristotle for arguing that humanity was divided into Greeks and barbarians, as well as arguing that the Greeks should be themselves racially pure. As he aged, he contracted ophthalmia, becoming blind around 195 BC, losing the ability to read and observe nature plagued and depressed him, leaving him to voluntarily starve himself. He died in 194 BC at 82 in Alexandria. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our videos in the future. Also watch the next two videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.